Now on NBC Palm Springs at 11, a bridge over Indian Canyon Drive is years in the making, but the project could be facing new challenges. We'll hear from the development team ahead. Plus, the B&P Paribas Open kicks off this weekend. More on how the tennis garden is preparing for potentially the biggest year yet.
I'm Pablo Alcina. We nearly set a record as far as heat goes, getting close to 100 degrees. I'll let you know if we're going to cool down. NBC Palm Springs at 11 begins now.
Now, connecting the valley, this is NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Caitlin Kelly. Traffic is moving along again on Indian Canyon Drive after days of closures due to flooding, an issue expected to be solved with the construction of the bridge over the wash. The project is years in the making, but may now be facing some delays. Our Alondra Campos has the details.
After days of standing water and detours, traffic is once again flowing along Indian Canyon Drive. But for drivers who rely on this critical north-south route, the relief is temporary as extreme weather conditions have continued to shut down the road. According to local officials, Indian Canyon Drive was closed for approximately 70 to 80 days last year, cutting off a critical route for many West Valley residents. That's why the Coachella Valley Association of Governments, also known as CVAG, has been leading a years-long effort to build a bridge over the wash.
We're currently finishing up the environmental phase and the design. We should have that done by this summer.
The interim bridge would be 1,200 feet tall, elevated over the northern part of Indian Canyon Drive in Palm Springs, designed to prevent closures caused by flooding and blowing sand. But now, CVAG leaders say the project may be facing new challenges, with the construction phase now pushed back a year to June 2027.
Well, certainly the hydrology, the flood modeling has been a challenge. We want to make sure that where we're building these improvements that we're focused on the area that floods most often.
The price tag of the project has also increased from the time it was approved, a trend CVAG says can be seen across all construction projects.
We initially estimated around $75 million a few years ago, and that's gone up to $100 million. And we received about 57 million from the state to date. And earlier in February, we received another 5 million from federal appropriations funding. So we're continuing to look for additional funding.
For drivers who have been stranded by closures time and time again, the delays can be frustrating.
Pay the extra fare to go around either to Whitewater or to State Palm. Other than that, I just feel it's ridiculous. I mean, they've let it go for so many years.
However, CVAG tells us they continue working in coordination with the city of Palm Springs to move the project forward and hope to expand the construction into the western part of the valley. For NBC Palm Springs, I'm Alondra Campos.
Cathedral City has denied a cannabis dispensary license to a business whose adjacent growing facility has sparked huge numbers of odor complaints. The City Council voted 3-2 to uphold staff's decision not to renew Cat City Cannabis Company's permit, citing a failure to demonstrate consistent public operating hours. The company, better known as C4, has a large indoor grow that has drawn ongoing concerns from residents at the outdoor resort Palm Springs RV community. They say strong cannabis odors continue to drift into nearby neighborhoods. City officials previously halted C4's expansion while reviewing the complaints, prompting a revision of local cannabis ordinances to enforce stricter odor control rules. C4 has pledged to address the problem, though neighbor complaints continue. All right, let's take a quick break from the headlines and take a look outside at our Agua Caliente casino camera. Meanwhile, Pablo Alcina is standing by with your 3-day forecast.
I'm Pablo Alcina. That high-pressure ridge that's keeping the hot in town for us is going to continue for tomorrow. Look at for Saturday between 95 and 99 degrees. Very similar till today and possibly even hotter. Look at today, 97 the high in Palm Springs. We had never cracked 100 before March in Palm Springs. We came close, just 2 degrees shy of the record, which was set in 1986. But look at this, Mecca registered 105, Palm Desert are 99, Thousand Palms are 98. So yeah, we've been hot, more than 20 degrees hotter than we should be. Hasn't been that windy windy even now. Palm Springs just 6-mile-per-hour winds. Whitewater 4-mile-per-hour winds. The winds will pick up some on Sunday and Monday in certain parts, but it should be very calm for Saturday. And our 3-day comfort air forecast. Again, if you're going to go outside and exercise, please drink lots of fluids and be very careful, especially if you're hiking by yourself. On Saturday, expecting highs as high as 98 degrees, and in the sun, it could feel almost 102 degrees. On Sunday, partly cloudy, so it will drop down some to 95. Can you believe that? 95 degrees in February. Monday, getting finally back to the 80s, but the high 80s. However, some good news. We'll be back down to the low 80s later next week. I'll be back to tell you all about that. Plus, it's Friday, so you know the Pablo spin is coming, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
The BNP Paribas Open returns this weekend. Tournament organizers tell us that they're looking to break last year's record for attendance. Here's Brett Rosen.
Here inside the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens, where the BNP is finally back here in the Coachella Valley. And with tennis action beginning on Sunday, it's all hands on deck for final preparations. Between the landscapers and the tournament grounds employees working on the different booths, everyone is in the final stages of preparation for this year's BNP Paribas Open.
The tennis garden transformed into a mini city. We've got agency doing landscaping, we've got bleachers, we've got F&B, entertainment, retail, so there's a lot of people involved here.
The BNP is also known as Tennis Paradise, not just for the desert's iconic sunshine, but the tournament brings in some of the best tennis players in the world. And with last year's attendance record, expectations surpassed with more than 500,000 fans. The hope is to break a new record in attendance this year.
It's going to be a great year. We've got a fun experiences. We got new offering in our food and beverage. We've got a new 5K run that's scheduled for tomorrow, which is new this year. We got new bands. We just keep improving year after year. Again, it's tennis is healthy and look like we're going to have some great weather and can't wait to welcome our fans.
But for the marketing team here at the BNP, the plan is simple. Bring in new fan watching areas like this one so that people that return to the BNP get a fresh taste of what it looks like.
I mean, it's always nice to see something new. The thing about it is it's such a classic stadium, but if it draws a new crowd, more people, more tennis fans, then that's great.
I mean, I think it's always good to keep expanding. I think every year they do something a little different, and we've actually seen crowds growing every year.
And even though tennis action will begin on Sunday, doors to the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens will open up tomorrow for a free family day. Here in Indian Wells Tennis Gardens, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
Traffic will be heavy in the area for the entirety of the BNP's 2-week run time. The main congestion will be at the intersection of Washington Street and Highway 111. The gates open daily at 10 in the morning with traffic building up at around 9:30 and picking up again at 4:30 when day sessions end and night matches begin. Coming up next here on NBC Palm Springs at 11, Cultural Weekend at Cabot's Pueblo Museum is underway in Desert Hot Springs, showcasing a master pottery paired with rich history. That full story is ahead. And coming up in sports, the College of the Desert baseball program is seeing some familiar faces in the coaching position. More details coming up after the break.
committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. Cabot's Pueblo Museum is hosting award-winning artists from Mata Ortiz, Mexico, starting today through Sunday. It's free to check out, and you can watch master potters demonstrate traditional techniques where they will fire pottery using ancient methods right there on the ground. After the firing, there's a live auction where you can bid on the finished pieces. It's a fundraiser for both the museum and the artists, so it's a great way to support local culture while picking up some authentic artwork.
So what's happening is we have the opportunity here to display sort of 3 generations of master potters of Mata Ortiz. So you could really see as well the evolution and the different techniques that happened for the past years. And this is also sort of the livelihood of the town of Mata Ortiz and also the region known as Casa Grande in the state of Chihuahua.
The event hosts 2nd and 3rd generation potters demonstrating their craft with no modern resources involved. We're taking a live look outside from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. Your full forecast with Pablo is coming up after the break. Stay with us. We are taking a live look from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera. Meanwhile, Pablo Acina is standing by with your full week forecast.
I'm Pablo Alcina. It's Friday, so yes, I'm in love, but I'm not in love with these high temperatures. How high? Look at this. Once again, it's worth mentioning because it's 2 degrees shy of the record set in 1986, which was 99 degrees. Today came in at 97 degrees, 22 degrees hotter than normal. And of course, we were the hottest in the Southwest at 97 degrees. Look at San Diego, gorgeous 85. Well, 97 for us in February. Can you believe that? And look at different parts. Palm Desert, 99. Mecca registered a 105. Joshua Tree with a high of 80. Even Idlewild, which is usually in the 50s this time of year, with a high of 76 degrees. So it's definitely been hot everywhere. Hasn't been that windy. Whitewater on Saturday. Winds are going to pick up some between 20 and 29 miles an hour. Also on Sunday. But on Monday, look at this. Wind gusts between 30 and 39 miles an hour. Desert Hot Springs will also be windier on Sunday and Monday. For most of the areas, they'll be well below the 19-mile-per-hour range. If you're looking for tomorrow morning to get out and exercise, please do it early. I always promote exercising and get sun in your eyes early on in the day, especially when it's not that cool, and especially now when it's that hot. 68 degrees by 6 a.m., but quickly by noon, it's going to be as hot as 90 degrees. It'll almost feel like 95 if the sun is hitting you directly, and it can go up to as high as 98 degrees tomorrow, if not more. As you look at the 7-day Comfort Air forecast, Saturday, high of 98 expected. If we reach 100, it will be the first time ever in Palm Springs, 100 degrees before March. Sunday, 95, finally cooling off into the 80s, high 80s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But on Thursday, 87 still. By next Friday, cooling down to 81 degrees. I'm Pablo Alcina, and I do it every Friday. The Pablo Spin. Let me know if you like it at Pablo Alcina on Instagram. Follow me, send me a message, and I promise to follow you back. And keep it here on NBC Palm Springs. And always, people, smile.
NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Well, welcome back. All good things must come to an end, and that's what happened in the hockey world today. It's also the business of professional sports. Forward Ty Cartier claimed off waivers today by the New York Rangers. Cartier placed on waivers yesterday by the Kraken. The 24-year-old has 3 goals and 5 assists on the season. He'll look to slide right into the Rangers' top 6 as early as this weekend. And the Firebirds back in action Saturday night for Cancer Awareness Night. The team will take the ice and honor those who have died or continue to battle this awful disease. It's a big game for sure in the standings. The Firebirds welcome in the Bakersfield Condors, who are a few points ahead of the Firebirds in the standings. Puck drop at 6 with coverage beginning at 5:30 on Hockey Night, Coachella Valley on My Firebirds TV. Meanwhile, the College of the Desert baseball team off to yet another hot start, currently sitting at 10-4 on the season and first place in their conference. But the success of the team is thanks in huge part to the former COD athletes who are now serving as coaches in the program.
So I played here in 2023. It was a year after they won the conference. I got to play third base, shortstop. I wasn't a pitcher at the moment, but I ended up becoming a pitcher at the next level.
For assistant coach Ricardo Amavisca, the Roadrunner program is home. The Coachella Valley native went from Indio High School to playing at College of the Desert, and now back in the dugout, this time as a coach. He's not alone. Assistant coaches Brian Perry and Dalton Thomas also once suited up for the Roadrunners, part of the 2022-2023 conference championship team.
Honestly, I just want to give back to the community, give back to the players. I got to learn a lot about baseball throughout my career, and I just want to give back to the community and give back to the players and help them get to the next level.
Amavisca says COD is one of the top programs in the state, sending players to four-year schools every season. And with former players now leading the way, the Roadrunner culture continues to build from one generation to the next. With NBC Palm Springs, I'm Caitlin Kelly.
Now the Roadrunners will make that 3-hour drive up to Ridgecrest this weekend, where they hope to extend that record to 11-4 against Saracoso. And of course, to stay up to date on the latest sports headlines, you can do so right here. Just visit our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
6 months ago, the man hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend never would have expected to have that chance. But heated rivalry co-star Connor Story is taking the reins in Studio 8H this weekend, along with musical guest Mumford & Sons. Story says the phenomenal success of the HBO Max show about a gay hockey romance is responsible for him getting the opportunity, and it's an opportunity he's embracing. Well, before we let you go, we wanted to check in on our friends up in the Big Bear Valley. There you see Jackie resting on both of her new eggs. She laid another egg today. So exciting. Have a great night.